Welcome back in, AZ Sports fan family. Thank you so very much for tuning back in. I really do appreciate it. In this video, I wanted to talk about our general manager, Steve Keim. Should he still be on the hot seat even after this big blockbuster signing and getting J.J. Watt? That's what we're going to dive into today. Let's go ahead and roll that intro. Alright everybody, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to talk about Steve Keim, our general manager. Should he still be on the hot seat going into the 2021 season? Now, I know a lot of people are still kind of, dwindling down from the big hype signing that we ended up getting J.J. Watt. Definitely something kind of out of left field. Amazing. I really still do like the signing, but now there is rumors, now there is word coming out that the Arizona Cardinals possibly overpaid for J.J. Watt. Now, the big rumor in the beginning was that there was multiple people bidding his, contract up, and all that stuff. But now everything's coming out saying that the Colts and the Browns didn't go anywhere near $15 million per year for J.J. Watt. And that is kind of concerning to me. Now, I still love the signing. I'm so happy that we got this veteran, defensive leader coming into the locker room. So I'm actually still really happy about J.J. Watt. When it comes down to the signings, when it comes down bringing free agents into this team to build our Super Bowl roster, we all know Steve Keim isn't the best at doing that. If we take a look at our past free agent class last year with the, Devon Kennard, Jordan Phillips, a lot of those players weren't productive a lot. Now, it's not really their fault. Injuries, you can't really predict injuries, but that is going to be something that the GM is going to be put to blame for if these free agent pickups don't land. I think that's one of the biggest things going into the 2020 season is, yes, we got J.J. Watt. Everybody's really excited to see what J.J. and, Chandler Jones are going to do within the same defensive line. I get that, but I get there's a lot of people that are also scared with the durability that comes from J.J. Watt because he's been hurt a lot throughout his career. Now, currently right now, he's 31 years old, so I still think he's got a lot in the tank left, but we can't predict injuries. And that's something that kind of would really throw a wrench in the defensive plan for our defensive team moving forward for the 2021 season. Now, I also know that there was an interview with Steve Keim and everybody asked him, hey, do we still have enough cap space? What's the flexibility look like in terms of signing more players? Because let's be honest, guys, our team has a lot of needs. And getting such a big swing in getting J.J. Watt with $15 million a year, we need a lot of money to build a roster that could be a Super Bowl contender. Because let's be honest here, this year is a win now mode. No more times of let's rebuild, we're rebuilding, be patient. All that stuff is thrown out the window. This year is win now mentality. And that's how Michael Bidwell, that's how Steve Keim, that's how Cliff Kingsbury should look at it coming into the 2021 season. There's only so much time that we have with, Kyler Murray and paying him with his rookie year. This is the time when smart organizations build a Super Bowl team when they have a rookie quarterback under this deal. So this is very important for our Cardinals organization moving forward. But to answer the question here in terms of like what everybody asks Steve Keim, do we have enough money? And Steve Keim says he feels comfortable. He has the flexibility to sign other players out there. Now, before, the month of March came around, I was looking at over the cap, looking at third-party websites to really take a look to see where we land in terms of cap space. And I saw somewhere along the lines of 11 to 12 to maybe $13 million in cap. Now that we went ahead and signed J.J. Watt, I don't even know what our cap space looks like. I really don't. Now, I do know that we can have openings up. We can open up more cap space once we do get rid of certain players. And I want to make it a point of emphasis that Steve Keim should still very well be on the hot seat coming into the 2021 season. Yes, he had back-to-back blockbuster things that happened on the off seasons, with last year being DeAndre Hopkins and this year being J.J. Watt. But still, nevertheless, your job as a GM is to build a consistent team, a Super Bowl team that can go ahead and make your city proud. And so far, within his tenure of being with the Arizona Cardinals, probably 2 years, then I was like, wow, he's really doing some changes. Everything's looking good. We have yet to see right now what we're looking like with the Cliff Kingsbury. We're going into his third year, so kind of curious to figure out what everything's going to look like in that sense. But Steve Keim should still very well be on the hot seat. Mark my words. Talking a little bit about these big blockbuster, signings. I'm really glad it happened. Like I said earlier on the video, I like what J.J. Watt brings, his passion, his leadership. I love all that. I definitely do love all that. But one thing I want this Cardinal organization to really do and to really learn is to basically not go for these big swing plays because you're trying to sell tickets. That's one thing that really scares me, is that they're going for these big swing moves because they're trying to sell tickets. They're trying to get people into the door. And JJ Watt, that big news brings the hype, brings the buzz around to a Cardinal organization. And that's something that really scares me. If you brought JJ Watt into this organization with the thoughts of this guy is going to really, really help out our team, and I have all the confidence in the world that he's going to play 16 games into his 2-year contract that he has with the Arizona Cardinals, then that's different. But if the mentality of signing JJ Watt is JJ Watt is coming to the Arizona Cardinals and is going to make this defense really good, and on top of that, he's going to sell tickets. That is a bad way to look at signing free agents. Now, I get it. You want to make these big splash plays. I'm all up on board with JJ Watt, but do it for the right reasons, Cardinals. Do it for the right reasons. We need to build a Super Bowl contending team, a playoff contending team. That's what we need to build. And if we brought him in with good intentions and we really do think he's going to play full 16 games both years, we'll see what happens. I really don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. Then I'm all up on board with the signing. But if the intention was that he's going to sell tickets, then I really have to start questioning Michael Bidwill's intent. Steve Keim's, these back-to-back swing plays, because let's be honest here, if you really take a look at what Steve Keim has done throughout his tenure, this guy should not be a GM. He absolutely should not be a GM. His draft picks are very questionable. His free agency signings are very, very questionable. And that right there leads me to concern that he made this big splash play because he's trying to save his butt. That's why he made this signing into getting JJ Watt here. Now, if it works out, perfect. Awesome. I'm happy. JJ Watt's awesome. If it doesn't work out, this guy should equally be on the hot seat going out of this 2021 season. We need to build a whole new culture. We need to build a whole new mentality going into the 2022 season, because if this doesn't work out for Steve Keim and he's not fired, I'm honestly starting to question Michael Bidwill. I'm honestly starting to question this culture in this Cardinal organization, because it doesn't seem like they want to win. It seems like they're really complacent and accepting mediocrity, and that's something that I will not let fly. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, guys. Do you guys think that this is going to be the year that, Steve Keim either redeems himself or he's going to be landing himself in the hot seat going into the 2022 season, guys? Put everything in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. That's all I got for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and I am out. Thank you.